Dr. Homebrew is brought to you by 5 Star Chemicals, providing safety and cleaning supplies for brewing, distilling, and winemaking at 5starchemicals.com.
Doctor, look.
Stand aside, nurse. I'm Dr. Homebrew.
Yeah, clear.
Everyone, once again, time for Dr. Homebrew, the only show where we sit and judge your beers and not you, which is, rare, I think, especially for this channel, especially for me.
It's a nice change.
Yeah, it's a nice change, isn't it?
Right, JP?
I think it's, for you it's a nice change. For me, it's just, other way around. For me, it's a nice change. For you, it's, maybe no more normal. I tend to judge a lot of people based on the beer that they brew.
Yeah, but we don't judge your beer.
No, you don't judge my beer. Actually, I do have some beer that I brewed on the Pico Brew. I need to.
You do need to bring it in.
I need to bring it. Well, I have to keg it first. That's part of the problem.
Keg it, bottle it. Yeah.
Whatever.
Carry the whole Pico Brew in. It's not big.
Just brew here. We should just brew during the show one day. But then I have to haul it around, and I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, this is not a good live brew setup in here.
It's really not. It's really not. If we ever do a remote, maybe. But I don't think that'll happen. So.
Right.
Yeah, well, here we are. We're hanging out in the studio. We got some beers. We got some people in the studio. And, just cold kicking it, ready to drink some beers. Before we start, though, I do want to thank our sponsor, 5 Star. Go to 5starchemicals.com and learn all about the best way to clean and sanitize your brewing equipment so your beer doesn't turn intentionally sour, which is or unintentionally sour, which I think is the new nice way of saying you're a terrible brewer. That's my opinion. What do you think, Brian? I'm going to drag you into this fucking conversation, yes. Brian, I swear to God. One way or the other.
It's a little judgmental sounding, honestly.
What?
You're a terrible brewer.
Yeah, well, you are. Sorry. If you
Fucked
don't
up
use
once, you're a terrible brewer for
If you
life.
don't use 5-star products,
even
you
once.
don't know what you're doing. Even once. You don't know what you're doing.
Wow, I started too early. It didn't exist when I started brewing, so I guess by definition I'm a terrible brewer. Because I didn't use it.
Well, no.
No backpedaling.
That's not backpedaling. It's redefining what I said. It's redefining the
value.
election
Season, isn't it?
It is election season.
God damn it.
Yeah, and you should know better.
I should.
Whatever that means. I don't know.
Yeah. What do you... Hey.
Hey, what?
Stop trying to browbeat me. Judgmental little bastard.
I just read some article about Obama browbeating some journalist, and I thought it was fun, so I did it.
Thought you'd pick up on it?
Yeah.
Right.
Isn't that what we're supposed to do?
Yeah. You got Secret Service?
I don't.
I didn't think so.
No.
Good thing.
I have Bev Service, which is slightly different than Secret Service, but she'll still kick ass.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks to 5 Star for this mess. We really appreciate it, and everyone on the show gets a nice little care package from 5 Star. So, in case you're unawares, when you're starting out, like Lee was. Well, I guess it wasn't around, but anyway, you can check out 5 Star products and see for yourself. See the difference that it makes because they're really amazing. I feel like we haven't been in the studio for a while.
It's been a month.
It's been a month, right?
Whole month.
Yeah, it's a long time in podcast years. It's like an eternity.
It's like multiply by 7?
Yeah, exactly, right?
No, I actually think it's still just a month.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know, Bev. I don't think you know what you're talking about. We have a couple good beers, I think, for us today. We have Jim. He's going to be joining us on Skype with a Munich Helles, right?
Yes.
Munich Helles.
Wasn't that a deposed dictator from back in the 60s or something?
Munich Helles?
Yeah.
Isn't he the Rastafarian god or whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
And then we have Daniel in the studio with an APA, which is kind of cool because we have, Daniel sent his beers in a while ago, and we judged them. And by we, of course, I mean Brian and Lee, our master BJCP judges. And we didn't get to his beers for one reason or the other. Right? It's probably me. I screwed up here and there. It's been known to happen. And so in the interim, he's rebrewed it. So we're going to compare his the sheets that you guys filled out with the beer that he's rebrewed. And I think it'll be a fun little experiment. See what's changed. What's up, Brian?
We get to retaste the same beer over again. That's cool.
Yeah. Oh, here, your microphone's all jacked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go ahead and see. Push it.
Oh.
Try that. There we
that's
go.
Better.
Yeah. Yeah.
The head was like slipping off the end of the...
It'll do that. Its condom was too small.
Yeah.
They're too big. Whatever.
This mic will never reproduce.
That's true. Hopefully not. Okay, well, let's see. We have everybody in the studio. I don't have to stall for time anymore. We're going to take a break, and then when we come back, we're going to have Jim on the line, and he's going to talk about his Munich Helles.
Munich Helles.
That's right. Let's get going. Take a break.
Brewed on 4/15 or 4/1/15. So
April Fools.
Oh, maybe, what if it's not a Munich Helles at all? What if it's just like a oatmeal stout? And he goes, "Screw you guys."
Well, it's a white oatmeal stout.
Yeah, he's mad because he's in some homebrew club that didn't win Club of the Year. Anyway, it's Dr. Homebrew, everyone. Stay tuned. We'll be back after this.
Hello, fellow BNers. This is Sully from the 21st Amendment Brewery located in San Francisco, just 2 blocks from Giants Park. Before Nico and I opened the 21A and before I was a professional brewer, I homebrewed on my small 4-burner apartment stove in a back house in Santa Monica, California, making my extract brews before graduating to the daunting idea of all-grain brewing. Homebrew books and information was hard to come by back then. The internet hadn't been invented yet, along with other things we take for granted today, like electricity and potable water. One thing I wish I had back then when I was learning was a radio show that could teach me the ins and outs of brewing and answer questions that I had about homebrewing, a resource for making great craft beer. The 21st Amendment Brewery is excited to be a proud sponsor of Dr. Homebrew, a great show that teaches you what you need to know about making incredible beer. Good stuff. Listen up, you might learn something. I certainly did. And thanks for your support. Tasty Crack Games.
Since the first time the Brewing Network microphones turned on, More Beer was behind it. More Beer sponsors the programming on the BN because, like you, they love brewing. And like the Brewing Network, they love sharing their knowledge. Morebeer.com isn't just a website to place your next equipment or ingredient order. Morebeer.com also gives you access to free beer information that will make you a better brewer. Go to morebeer.com and click into the Learning Center. You'll find podcasts, technical facts, video tutorials, and more, including access to The Buzz, More Beer's social network of more than 5,000 members. And some of them might even be crazier about beer than you are. Get over to morebeer.com today and take advantage of The Buzz, the forum, the Learning Center, and make sure you're signed up to receive the newest More Beer catalog. More Beer, bringing you absolutely everything for beer making.
That's it. I've had it. I am never putting hops in my beer again.
What? Why?
It's just too ridiculous. Insane prices, stupid contracts, high shipping costs, crappy selection.
Dude, you need Nico Brew.
Nico Brew will rock your f***ing face right the f*** off your f***ing skull. $5 shipping to all 50 states, plus fantastic international rates get you low prices on Nico Brew's great selection of hops and more. Whether you're a home brewer, a pro brewer, or a homebrew shop owner, Nico Brew can get you the hops you need in increments big and small, single orders, spot buys, or full contracts. And there's only one place to join the uber special secret elite bare bones club where you'll get the best deals anywhere.
Holy shit.
NicoBrew.com. NIKOBREW. Nico Brew, your bare bones buddy in the brewing business.
beer tasting games that train your palate, a brewery locator, and the brand new interactive beer style guide. These are just a few of the awesome things you'll find on craftbeer.com. The style guide is a beautiful example of technology in beer. Browse beer style families or turn on the automatic beer style finder and explore beer through color, bitterness, ABV, aroma, and flavor. It's really the coolest way to explore every beer style besides having them all in front of you. Go to craftbeer.com and click on beer styles to start the guide. Plus, enjoy the rest of craftbeer.com, the Brewers Banter blogs, beer education, how to host a beer tasting, and the invaluable draft quality manual. Tons of great content that makes your beer better. Visit the new craftbeer.com right now and explore the website that brings you all the passion, camaraderie, and creativity of the craft beer community. Craftbeer.com, celebrating the best of American beer.
Your brewing water can be a mystery. If it's good enough to drink, it's good enough to brew with, right? We all know to perfect certain styles of beer, proper water chemistry is vital. But running water tests can be complicated and expensive. But not anymore. Industrial Test Systems is proud to introduce the new Smart Brew water testing kits, incorporating the exact iDip Smart Photometer system. The only photometer on the market that harnesses the power of the smartphone and runs water tests without you doing a pile of calculations. The iDip features two-way Bluetooth communication with the brain of the system, which is its own multilingual app. This allows limitless possibilities, including lab accuracy, free upgrades, test customization, over 35 available, mobile sharing, and more. You can keep a detailed history of your results. Email your water report to other brewers or share it on social media. Visit smartbrewkit.com now and learn more about the iDip photometer and all the tests it can do for you.
Now, back to the examination.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Thanks for sticking with us. If I've done everything right, we should have Jim on Skype. Jim, are you there?
Hello.
Hey, Jim. How you doing, man?
Woo, he's radio.
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us, man.
Oh, no, thank you for having me. This is really an honor, and I'm really excited about this.
Oh, perfect. You must have never heard the show before, then, if it's an honor.
I spend my nights on the Brewing Network listening to downloads and stuff. It keeps me going.
Oh, awesome. How long have you been listening?
About a year and a half, but I've pretty much listened to everything you have, including a lot of lunch meat. That's don't tell my friends that I listen to that. But,
don't tell the police either.
Yeah. That would never be a good thing. We would never do that to you, Jim.
I appreciate that. This is all on the download.
Right. We're bros, and we would never rat a bro out.
Exactly.
Yeah, for listening to lunch meat. Yeah. So before we jump into your beer, man, how long have you been homebrewing?
I've been brewing since the fall of 2012, so coming up on 3 years.
Okay. And are you extract or all grain guy?
Well, I started out extract. Actually, what I did is I decided I wanted to brew. Years and years ago, my dad homebrewed, but I was just a little kid.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, I'm going to do that. So I did some research, and the very first thing I did was I read the free version of How to Brew on the internet like 3 times.
Oh, wow.
And then, so I kind of knew a little bit. I thought I knew what I was doing, and then I found More Beer.
Okay, yeah.
So I ordered a kit from More Beer, and then that turned out really nice, so I started brewing another one.
Okay.
And then stumbling around on the internet, I found the AHA forum, and I found you guys, and then I found the podcasts, and we were off and running.
Awesome. And how long before you went all grain?
About 4 or 5 batches, and then I ran into Denny Kahn.
And you survived.
Yeah, I did okay. But he's sort of in my neck of the woods. He's over there on the Oregon coast.
Okay.
I'm up in Washington. And learned about batch sparging and gave that a shot, and that's kind of where I'm at now. I'm sort of an upper level batch sparge system, I guess you'd call it. It's sort of like direct fire recirculated mash.
Okay.
So all my gear is stainless.
Nice.
And then I got temp control because Jamil says you got to have temp control.
You have to, yeah.
And my latest addition was a pH meter. I don't know if you know him, but Matt Crispin. You know who Matt Crispin is back in Texas?
No. I mean, I'd recognize his
Sounds
face,
familiar.
but yeah.
I was talking about MASH pH, and Matt Crispin donated a Milwaukee pH meter to me, so I just started controlling my pH.
Oh, what a great present!
Yeah, no kidding.
That's cool, man.
Hey, there's some awesome people in homebrewing, and to me, after the fun of brewing and the fun of enjoying a beer, the next greatest part is the people.
Yeah, I agree. We don't smell very good, but we sure are nice.
Well,
we share beer.
Either, but I mean that's a given.
Yeah, for sure. Is this your first lager? Is this your first Munich Helles?
Well, it kind of is. I worked on it all last winter. I did about 3 Helleses, and I did about 3 Munichs, and I think the one that you guys have is my latest attempt at a Helles. And then, the weather gets warm and the temp controller works too hard, so I've been doing sours lately. But
okay,
that is my latest attempt at a Helles, and I'm trying to get it. What do you call it? Perfected, even though you'll never get there, but
right.
It's a try,
Okay. So you're just looking for some basic tips and tricks, and okay.
Help me be a rock star.
We'll try, and of course by we I mean not me.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Lee, why don't you start us off with this Helles here, man?
All right, this Helles, this one and only Helles. So Helles is described as, what is the thing here? I'm gonna play with Brian's phone here. A malty but fully attenuated Pils malt showcase is the nice little sound bite they have for Helles.
That's very good.
Yes, and it exactly was what it is. You go to Germany and get the stuff in big steins, and it's malty. It's got just enough little hop bite underneath it to keep it balanced, and that's basically what it is. It's lagered, cool, clean, malt, a little bit of hop.
Okay.
Nothing like an IPA.
No, good.
No.
So I like it
totally
even more.
different. Yes. So what did this beer come out like? In the nose, we get some medium spicy noble style hops. Fades to medium low after a few seconds. Sort of had a big burst when it was poured. Medium low, grainy, crackery Pils malt, no esters. A clean and authentic aroma, which is very appealing, if a little bit on the low side. A little bit of honey, no diacetyl or DMS. Maybe there was a little bit of sulfur right when it was open, but it went away pretty quickly. Honey might be a bit of an oxidation note. That Pils malt tends to do that.
Okay.
Although you can get it in otherwise perfectly fine beer, too, I think. Paris pours a creamy, medium white, fine foam that fades only slowly to a light color. Excellent clarity, brilliant clarity, pale gold. Flavor was spicy floral lavender hops and medium intensity, and a grainy, crackery, honey-based Pils malt. Medium bitterness, an orangey bit of an ester rind, a sort of an orange rind kind of character, not the orange juice sort of character. Balance is a bit low in the malt and high in the hop flavor for style, but very enjoyable. No DMS or diacetyl. Mouthfeel, medium body, medium high creaminess, nicely to style. Medium carbonation. No hot or astringent characteristics at all, fairly to style, though edging towards a drier, almost German Pils style body. Overall, I thought this was a very appealing and drinkable Helles. Fairly well fermented, well attenuated. Balance is sort of edging maybe closer to a German Pils or somewhere between a German and Czech Pils sort of territory. I thought it was a little heavy on the hop flavor and just maybe a touch on the bitter, more on the flavor.
Okay.
It was coming across to me as hops being almost more forward in the presentation than the malt. But that said, I would be happy to drink stein after stein of this. It's very wonderful,
yes.
Even if it's coming across kind of, to me, as a cross between a Helles and a Pils.
I could see that.
Clean ferment. I don't know where that orangey character is coming from. I'm kind of curious if he's using an interesting hop in there or if it is an actual ferment character. Sorry, I cut you off. What were you going to say?
Nothing.
You sure?
I'm doing great.
You're a happy guy.
Thank
I'm
you.
glad to hear that.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm just cutting myself. That's all right.
What
He's
else?
always doing great.
Yeah, he's that's our guy. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, for me, I thought this was very tasty. I really enjoyed the beer. I gave it a 35 overall. My only quibble with it was maybe it could have used a little bit less in the flavor hop, a little bit more the malt forward character to it. It didn't come with the amount of hop that was in there. It was, I wouldn't say it was quite crisp, but it was edging in that direction. It wasn't sort of malt forward Helles that I expect from this style.
I could see that.
But it wasn't far off at all. And other than that, it was cleanly made and very nice. It's a good job.
Awesome.
Thank you. How do you make that shift? How do you get it more malt forward?
Probably just
adding more malt.
Well, I mean, in this case, I'd probably throttle back a bit the flavor hops. Do that before the bittering hops. Maybe a touch in the bittering, but mostly it was the flavor hops that were, I think, kind of taking over the profile a bit. And it wasn't like they were strong, but in the Helles, they're really supporting role only. And here they were kind of battling it out for being who's in first place, I thought, for flavor intensity.
Okay. Very good. Brian, you're up, buddy.
Hey, yeah. So this Munich Helles, it does have a nice, appealing aroma. I agree with a lot of what Lee said there. I did get that sulfur note that he was pointing out. There's a little bit of DMS in there, which is appropriate for the style. It's one of the styles because it's basically just a Pils malt showcase that can have some of that, and Pils malt does throw that off. But it wasn't offensive, and it did tend to blow out. I think it stuck around a little bit. I'm still getting some of that sulfur in there. Mm-hmm. But, no esters, nice clean lagering, a good light, spicy, noble hop shines through. No diacetyl, no acetaldehyde, good lagering, apparent from the aroma there. As the Pils malt, it gives kind of a bready, sweet impression in the aroma, and it is very inviting. It's a pretty beer. It's nice and clear. Kind of a medium light gold color. Maybe towards the dark side for the style, but pretty much in the right territory. Home brewing, it maybe it's kind of hard to get a beer as light as you want sometimes.
Right.
If you're driving your boil hard at all, or But getting a beer as light as some of these beers, like the light American lagers and the Helleses, can be a challenge.
It's tough.
Yeah,
it's definitely tough.
Even just using base malt. And anyway, but yeah, mostly fine bubbles. The head faded pretty quickly, I noticed. But yeah, nice looking beer overall.
Cool.
In the flavor, I got pleasant Pils malt, a touch of a little graham cracker like sweetness, just a faint sweetness in there. I found kind of a touch of kind of a minerally character for the style, like kind of an out of place water thing. If you have the Helleses in Germany, the Munich water is pretty highly carbonate, and it's got a lot of calcium in it. It's just it's reason is it's good for brewing some of the darker beers they do there, but the lighter beers have a different impression than some of the other lighter beers you get. Like a Czech Pils or something has a way different impression than a Munich Helles. Obviously, but it's just like that water has in Prague and around there. There's almost no minerals in the water. Down there, you deal with it in different ways, and Anyway, but they're probably decocting and doing all kinds of fun stuff.
There's a bunch of different stuff you can do, right?
Well, I guess they decoct the Pils beer.
Well, I know that the women sure look different between Munich and
That's true. And it also depends on how much beer you drink.
It's the water.
Well, right.
How strong the beers are, yeah.
Sure.
You drink some of that absinthe up there in Prague, and things start looking a little different.
Yeah, the walls start breathing. It's amazing.
Anyway,
start seeing things the way JP sees them.
No, that was a fine point, though, on the minerally thing. I don't know what you did for water treatment, but I'd like to hear about that. It'd be fun to chat about that.
Interesting, Well, I'll let you keep going because I would like to talk about the water and the grain a little bit.
Yeah. So just have a low spicy hop showing through. I just thought that the hop wasn't high, but it was just showing through a little differently because of those minerals in there, and that might be why Lee got kind of a high hop impression in that beer. I still think it's balanced slightly to the malt. It has a fair amount of hop in there, and it's crisp, but it's got a lot of the right malt elements that you want in there. That does show that good German Pils malt. So nice ingredients, nice crackery thing. A little bit of sulfur in the aftertaste too, with that kind of crackery, graham crackery malt, and the hop balancing it out. So balance wise, I liked that. It's just a little weird impression with the hop. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. We can talk about the water. It's a very pleasant drinking, well-crafted Helles. You're doing a good job lagering. And I think also a touch more, it seemed a little bit low on the carbonation in the mouthfeel. You could put a little more carbonation in this to make it pop a little better. It might give a little different impression, but it might throw in a different territory too. And improve the head size and retention, and maybe give it a little more kind of creaminess in there too. But obviously nice job with the beer. I gave it a 37, and you could play with it a little bit, play with your water, play with the carbonation. It might just be a bottle thing in this case too. If you have it from, it was a bottle conditioned beer, I noticed. So I imagine all the beers are probably similar. You're getting similar results there with what Are you enjoying going with us?
I am.
All right. Well, cheers.
Down to the bottom of one. It's fun listening to the notes. It's like, yep, I get that. Yep.
Okay.
And especially towards the end, it's pretty flat by the end. So I think you're right on I need to bump the carbonation up a little bit. I think I was concerned that it might throw a little like carbolic acid and push it too far that way.
Yeah.
But I think I have some room to wiggle, though.
To me, what I'm getting to is like I had a little bit of that impression of what Lee described as kind of a stale honey-like malt impression. I don't know if the ingredients were stale or the beer is stale, but it sometimes when you drink the last swallow of a beer that's getting flat, it tastes like that. It has that kind of stale impression, not just from sitting there in the oxidation.
The honey thing it's funny. I entered this at the Spring Fling down in Bend, Oregon, last month. I took first place, by the way, but the score was about what you guys are saying.
Okay.
So,
all right.
But the honey, they mentioned the honey, and I also kind of picked that up. On the grain side of it, it's about 9 pounds for a 5.5 gallon batch, 6 gallon batch. It's about 9 pounds of Weyermann Pils, and then 3 pounds of Vienna that I got from my local supplier. And I was there the other day because I was getting honey in it, and it's like, what the heck? And he told me that his Vienna supplier is Gambrinus out of Canada, and it makes me wonder if that wasn't honey malt, not Vienna.
You think he?
What I mean?
Yeah, he may have switched the bags.
Exactly. So next time I do this, I'm going to go with Best Malts. Pilsner and Best Malts Vienna, and I think I'll dial back the Vienna a little bit. 3 pounds or 3 pounds might be too much.
Yeah, the malt from Canada is definitely going to have a different impression. You want to start with the real German ingredients, and if this is the recipe we're looking at, it seems like you have. I don't know if it's Vienna or if it's Munich Light, or maybe it was just entered as a recipe as this, but it says 3 pounds of German Munich Light, 9 pounds of German Pilsner. So. Not sure
I might have maybe the recipe is a mistake, but looking at my recipe, it's 9 pounds Pils, and that was Weyermann's, and then 3 pounds of Vienna, which, knucklehead, I was assuming Vienna meant from a country that has a place called Vienna, but I guess everybody makes Vienna, so.
Oh yeah.
But it came out of Canada, and it just makes me wonder because it's very similar to honey malt.
Yeah. It might. You never know, they might have mixed it up.
I like Gambrinus base malts. They make a lot of great malts up there, and you can use them for a lot of things. Really versatile.
Oh, for sure.
But for a German beer, you want to get
Yeah, Brian's right. You want to go German ingredients for sure.
Yeah. And I mean, you can get American cheese from Canada too. So the name doesn't mean anything necessarily.
Right.
So this recipe we've got
on the
here.
hop side of things, my first couple batches I tried. Like, I don't even know if I can pronounce it, but like the Hirschbrecher, whatever. From Germany, and Tettnang. And then on this one, because I thought I was getting way too much hop aroma out of those, even with just like an ounce or two at 60.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is a half ounce of Magnum at 60, and that's it.
Yeah, which I was thinking was kind of interesting, given how hoppy it was coming across.
Right.
And this is the
now
Tag
I don't know
Traumer?
what to do to get rid of the hop aroma. I'm not sure what I should do there.
Yeah, I don't know, because it came across like a very lavendery Saz type character, Zop's character, which I would not necessarily. Well, I don't know. I actually don't have much concept of what Magnum would taste like as a flavor or aroma hop, but at 60 minutes to the boil,
it shouldn't be much.
You wouldn't think it'd be much. I don't know. Maybe there was some sulfur accentuating that and pulling it out. I mean, you could get a little from that, but
I wonder if it's
you got a little sleight of hand going here over us here.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah,
is that maybe combined with the honey perception and it's kind of messing with the hop aroma and getting some weirdness, or
it's possible.
Who knows, right? Okay.
I think the sulfur might boost it up some more. There's a little sulfur in here.
Yeah, I definitely got a spicy impression from it too. It's not just it's not just imagination, but it's
it's a great illusion of hop flavor.
When you start combining these different things, they lead you astray. It's like element 1, 2, and 3 put together doesn't make what you think it is always.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not an easy deal, but.
And if you did it right, you can make a very German-tasting beer without any German ingredients in it at all. So.
Yeah, exactly.
You almost did.
On the water, the weirdness there is that this is all in the wintertime. My well gets a little hazy. It's a well. This is all distilled water with just like 2 grams of gypsum and about 8 grams of calcium chloride.
Okay.
So I'm thinking maybe just skip the gypsum. Do you think, and maybe even dial down the calcium chloride, because I got the same notes back from Bend that it had a minerally thing going on in the background, but.
Yeah, the gypsum's, going to give you more of a Burton-y kind of flavor in there, and you could back away from that.
Yeah, that's not the right mineral profile for this. And that might be where some of that sulfur character is coming from.
Could be.
I mean, the classic Munich water would be much more carbonate, although that can be a little hard to deal with. But if you throw some lactic acid in there, do something like that, that'll balance it out.
Yeah, okay. Awesome.
Cool. Anything else, Jim, or is that it?
No.
Okay.
No, it was great, awesome feedback.
Oh, cool.
It's too bad that every BJCP feedback couldn't be done like this. And, in a perfect world, if the brewer and the judges could all sit together, you'd eliminate all that. He didn't know what I put in my beer.
Yes, you find out how wrong the judges are sometimes. Yeah. Well, all it has to do is be as popular as, like, pro sports, and then there'll be enough people to do that.
Yeah, I mean, maybe PBS will pick us up. And...
I got into judging myself. It was a lot of work, and there's not a lot of contests around here, but I do enjoy doing it when I get to. And the other thing is that it gives you a kinder heart about judges' feedback, because it's not always that easy.
It really does.
Yeah, we're not all jerks.
No, heck no.
No, but
some of us.
It is tough. It is tough to sit there and take notes for 15 minutes or 10 minutes on this beer and be thorough, and then do it 12 times after that. It's hard to maintain
have a
focus.
Cold sandwich and do it again for 12 times.
Yeah, it's I hate it. I can't do it. I don't have the brain power, Jim. So God bless you for getting in there and fighting the good fight for good beer.
Right, cool.
I thought it was a very good beer, bordering on excellent, and with a little adjustment, you can get it right up in that territory and keep winning those awards with it. So have some fun.
I'm going to try. I'm definitely going to listen back later and take thorough notes and make some adjustments next winter, because I plan to do it again.
Cool. Awesome, man. Well, I appreciate it.
Hey, you guys rock, and I really appreciate your time.
Thanks, Jim.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jim.
Have a good night.
All right, you too, man.
You too. Bye.
Bye. Nice guy. He's pumped.
Yeah.
Pumped about brewing. It's always good to see. That was a pretty good beer.
Yeah,
I think you guys did great.
Nicely done, yeah.
And
lagers are tricky.
They are tricky, man. And I like when the homebrewers are super receptive. You know what I mean? Like, he was just super stoked to get any feedback at all. And I don't know. I like that. I think that that's fun. It's fun for me.
Gives us reason to be here.
That's right. Gives me reason.
And
to
we
live.
validated some of the other judges' impressions of the beer that he already got. So
right, which is again the key. I think it just solidifies how great you two really are.
We're all in collusion. That's the real deal here.
Yeah, that's what it is. You guys called up the folks in Bend.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, so Jim, you guys know him. They're like, that guy, totally.
Yeah. What did you say about him? We want to say the same thing here.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to take another break, and when we come back, we're going to do some APA tasting with Daniel. Back after this, Dr. Homebrew.
Do you know the 3 most important rules in brewing? Sanitation, sanitation, and sanitation. And no one does it better than 5-Star Chemicals. 5-Star knows sanitation. You can only sanitize clean equipment. And 5-Star knows how to clean, too. For craft brewers and home brewers, 5-Star has what you need to keep your fermenters, serving tanks, kegs, and draft lines sparkling and free of any beer-spoiling bacteria. PBW, caustic, acid cleaners, Star Sand, SaniClean, lubricants and defoamers, pH stabilizers, and more. 5-Star Chemicals has cleaning supplies, safety supplies, heat exchangers, pumps, hoses, and valves. And 5-Star is proud to offer eco-friendly products that exceed customer expectations. If you have a cleaning problem, you need the 5-Star solution. Visit 5starchemicals.com or call 800-782-7019. 800-782-7019 and get the 5-Star treatment today. High Gravity Homebrewing Supplies wants you to keep it simple. Brewing should be fun. And with High Gravity's amazing electric brewing systems, it is. High Gravity keeps their brewing systems simple, on purpose. More efficient than gas, customizable, and with your choice of 1, 2, or 3 vessels, High Gravity's electric brewing systems will completely change the way you brew beer, formulate recipes, and improve your beer's consistency. Dave at High Gravity can customize your system to fit your needs. High Gravity invites you to visit their Build Your Own Brewery page and see how easy it can be to brew electric. And High Gravity offers $7.99 flat rate shipping on most of their products. www.highgravitybrew.com. High Gravity. Keep it electric. Keep it simple. Visit highgravitybrew.com.
Hey, dude, you know what beer this is?
Oh, no, all the labels are falling off.
Yeah, or the ink is run.
Well, if it's the pale ale, you're good, but stay away from the quote-unquote Belgian.
Oh, man, this guy needs to get some grog tags.
Grog tags are reusable, write-on, wipe-off, commercial-grade bottle labels for your brew. The guys at Grog Tag are homebrewers. They wanted great-looking, sturdy labels for your bottles, buckets, carboys, kegs, and growlers. They also wanted a label that not only looks good, but can be easily removed and reapplied during bottling without that nasty glue residue being left behind. No residue, water-resistant, and ice chest approved. Grog tags stay on in water or an ice chest, and they stay legible. Visit grogtag.com to customize your label or coaster from dozens of different templates for free and see how awesome your bottles can look.
It's that pseudo-Belgian.
Yeah, we're getting him some grog tags, dude.
Grog Tag. At least your beer will look good. grogtag.com. Admit it. Homebrewing is not always free of frustrations. Years ago, brothers Bill and Jim Mitchell decided to minimize those frustrations and create an entirely new brewing process and a brand new kitchen appliance, the Pico Brew Zymatic. The Zymatic sits on your kitchen counter and connects to the internet via Wi-Fi. It comes with access to a huge recipe library full of award-winning beers and can brew your next batch at the push of a button. Improve repeatability and refine your recipes with the Pico Brew Zymatic. With minimal cleaning and hassle, the Zymatic enables anyone to brew craft beer in the comfort of their own kitchen. Just add your ingredients and the process of homebrewing becomes simplified and automatic, allowing you to focus on what really matters while you brew. At Pico Brew, they believe everyone should be able to enjoy the art of homebrewing and make their own damn good craft beer. See the Zymatic in action today at picobrew.com.
craft beer, and kick-ass music. This is the year to attend the 20th Annual Mammoth Festival of Beers and Bluesapalooza in beautiful Mammoth Lakes, California. Enjoy more than 80 breweries like Mammoth Brewing, Anchor, Fireman's, Bear Republic, Anderson Valley, Stone, Green Flash, Firestone Walker, Sierra Nevada, Lagunitas, Deschutes, and many, many more. On stage, you'll hear Trombone Shorty and Orleans Avenue, Johnny Lang, Robert Cray, Robin Ford, Ruthie Foster, Carolyn Wonderland, Tommy Castro and the Painkillers, the Sly Brothers, and much more. It's the most incredible lineup ever to take a Mammoth stage. Don't miss the 20th Annual Mammoth Festival of Beers and Bluesapalooza, Thursday, July 30th through Sunday, August 2nd. Tickets and more information at MammothBluesBrewsFest.com or call 888-825-5484. Tickets for some events will sell out early. Get yours at MammothBluesBrewsFest.com or call 888-825-5484 today.
I'm sorry to tell you this, but we're going to have to pour you out.
Back to Dr. Homebrew.
All right, thanks for joining us, everyone. Dr. Homebrew, we're back. We have another beer to go over, and then we have some prizes to give out, and it's going to be really exciting. And you're going to be glad that you stuck with us.
I like the part with the prizes.
Unfortunately, we don't get it.
Even though, yes.
Yeah.
Well, we get a star, though, right?
Well, our prize is beer.
Oh, yeah.
And some would say that's a better prize to win. We have Daniel in the studio. Daniel, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Perfect. And Steve, right?
Yeah, my name's Steve.
How you doing, buddy?
Steve Adams.
It's really Jesse.
Is it Jesse?
Jesse, yeah.
Well, it's Steve now.
I call him Cassandra sometimes.
Because he answered to Steve.
Yeah.
So,
I can live like one.
Hi, Steve.
Tough shit.
I'm okay with that.
No, Jesse, thanks for coming in, guys. Do you guys brew together, or are you just hanging out?
Oh, yeah. We brew with a bunch of guys.
Yeah?
And, And,
sounds awesome.
Oh, it's rad. We go in the backyard, and we have the kids jumping on a trampoline.
Oh, that's cool.
The dog running around. It's really clean, awesome beer. It
sounds fun.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sausages all over the place.
Nice. I like it. So how long have you guys been brewing?
We started around 09.
Okay.
And so, kind of the old story, we started with extract, and probably 2 years ago, we moved over to all grain.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And you've been kicking ass ever since, huh?
Basically, our mantra was we want to brew as cheaply as possible, and
It didn't happen though because it just costs us more and more money.
Yeah,
and so
the whole thing is a myth,
Yeah.
a rumor that homebrewing is inexpensive. If you're, it's not
Unless you're Peter and you can just make your own stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, Peter Munoz is a classically trained fly on the wall. I don't know what that means, but there you go.
Sounds about right.
These are tasty.
Yeah, homebrewing's kind of like fishing. You can do it cheap, with a noodle pot, some extract.
Yeah.
Or it's like fishing. You can go out and buy a bass boat.
That's true.
It's no longer cheap.
No, it's not. It's definitely
it's not hard to do the equivalent in homebrewing these days.
And it's still easy to screw up,
Yeah.
no matter what size of kettle you have or system you have or whatever.
Anyone can fall out of the boat.
That's true.
Yep.
That's very true. Okay, so what do we have here?
This is our APA. When we were in here last time, I actually brought in an ESB that was made off the same batch.
Okay.
And we used, an English ale yeast and that kind of thing. And this one used the Cal Ale, and we dry hopped them differently, but it's the same wort. And you guys gave me an average of 29 on that one. And,
Okay.
it
You don't hold grudges, do you?
No, not
Okay,
at all.
great.
Your tires are all slashed, by the way.
You should have checked that before you let him in.
That's probably true.
I'm going to bump this score up a little bit here.
Yeah.
You're going to bump the score up, Brian? He's not going to repair your tire for you. You're screwed, man.
Add an extra digit here.
And for kicks and giggles, we've started to send into competitions, and we sent in the ESB and this into the first round of nationals.
Okay, cool. How'd you do?
The ESB got basically exactly what you guys said. And do you want to know what the APA?
Sure.
Okay, so this got a 30
in the nationals.
Yeah, and made it to the mini best of show in the first round, which I thought was pretty rad for
That's
we
good.
just started sending.
Yeah. That's great, man. That there's nothing will pump you up more than doing pretty well in nationals.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
So the beer that we judged was the first batch of this.
Yes.
Which unfortunately we don't have because due to scheduling conflicts, I've had to push you off a couple months. So But you did bring in
meaning JP drank the beer.
Maybe yes, meaning I drank the beer. Oh, unlabeled beer, love it. Oh, it's a homebrew. Shit. And then but you brought in a version of the same beer. So, we'll read off the score and talk about the old one a little bit. But I think we can kind of compare it. Maybe do a little on the fly judging here and compare the two. Yeah, just like Peter, we can do some Peter judging
on the fly on the wall. I'll judge Peter.
Brian, what do you think, man? You want to start off?
Yeah. In the aroma, the beer that we judged had a medium-low, pleasant citrusy hop and some nice subtle tropical undertones. I'm getting the same kind of tropical thing in this beer that we're tasting now. It's got some interesting hop character to it. Had a low bready base malt with a little hint of some toastiness. Medium-low fruity esters, no DMS or diacetyl. It did have a light honey-like character to the malt. I thought could have been some oxidation in there a little bit in the aroma, but I don't know when we judged it compared to those other guys who judged it. But anyway, it was we judged it towards the end of May, I think there. But anyway, the appearance-wise, the beer was very clear and had a nice rich golden color. This beer is not very clear that we're holding in our hands. It's a lot younger, so but it has that same kind of rich golden color to it. It does have a low head, off-white foam with a pretty good stand, mostly finer bubbles in it. And this one, just pretty much no head.
Daniel, was this the same recipe? Sorry to interrupt, Brian.
Yeah, I changed some of the hopping based on your recommendations from the ESB last time. And but for the most part, it's almost identical. It just changed the bittering hops.
Okay.
And so it's basically the exact same thing.
Yeah, it's reading a lot like it. It's just this one's younger and you just carbonated it, so it's not quite there on the carbonation yet. But it's got a lot of the same characteristics that I pulled out the other one, except for if there's some oxidation in the bottle I had that came up in the aroma and the flavor a little honey like. But the malt was a clean based malt, bready and lightly toasty. Medium low bitterness, medium hop flavor, citrus, and a little bit of earthiness in there. I thought had a low oxidation note, was detracting from it a little bit, and the balance was slightly to the hops. It was like a pretty nicely balanced pale ale, and finished medium dry. The little bit of the honey kind of lingered in the aftertaste with that one. This one doesn't have that honey-like element, so I'm kind of seeing how the balance works a little bit better here. But it seemed like a pretty clean ale ferment. Just something got a little bit stale there, at least in the bottle I had. The medium, kind of body-wise and mouthfeel-wise, it was a medium light-bodied, no obvious astringency, just medium carbonation, kind of right down the road what you want in there. No warmth, hits the points for style that you want to hit. So overall, it was just like a really nice, cleanly brewed American Pale Ale with some, interesting hop character to it. I really liked the aroma hops that were used. And the blend of them that you used, just a little bit of that oxidation getting in the way. I might be overblowing it. I don't know, but I don't remember. However many months ago, 2 months ago, I can't remember that far back. So I'm just have to go by my notes.
You got to go by your notes, man. Yeah.
I gave it a 31. I thought it was a nicely crafted beer and a nice recipe. Just a little bit of something that was detracting from it there for me that I perceived as an oxidation. I don't know if Lee got that. I seem to recall maybe he didn't get that as much, or I had to twist his arm to talk him into it. But let's hear what Lee has to say.
My arm is still attached, and I did not have any notes on here about noticing oxidation. Mostly I agree with what Brian said. I thought there was some kind of nice hop characteristics in here, kind of lime zest, and what I thought was a hint of juniper almost. It almost had a gin-like note to it.
That was the kids running around in the backyard.
You sure that wasn't the mom with a drink? And some nice toasty and caramelly malt flavors, stone fruit kind of esters, pretty clean ferment, no diacetyl DMS, pretty much the style. For me, I thought the first bottle, and this was reprised here, was a little bit undercarbonated. And a little bit sweet, but mostly that just seemed like it kind of wasn't quite carbonated enough. So that was the bottle I had back then, and I mean your 2-day-old one here, however old it is, seems kind of similar. Could use a little more gas in it. So that's pretty much what I got. I mean, other than that is pretty much what Brian said. Not hot alcoholic, astringent, pretty nice beer. It mostly just needed to be a little higher in carbonation. There was one kind of odd thing I got. It wasn't bad, but it seemed to me it had a water characteristic. It was almost like soda water.
Well, that might be the Central Valley water.
It could be. It didn't
nasty.
taste calcium so much. It's almost, or salty. I mean, almost maybe just a touch of sodium or magnesium or something in there. I don't know. It kind of tasted like drinking soda water or some mineral water. A bit of a tinge. And that might have been playing into that juniper-y kind of note, too, that gin-like note. But overall, I thought it was a pretty good beer. A little flat, but I gave it a 35. All you really had to do to make it a very nice beer, I thought, was bring the carbonation up a bit. So, it was good.
Cool. Thank you.
Sure.
How do you guys think the old ones compared to the new beer?
Pretty damn similar.
Yeah?
I mean, this is obviously a little hazier and probably even a little less carbonated, but other than that, the flavor and aroma profile I'm getting off here is pretty much the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of a little more of the fresh hop oils kind of aroma. You get some of that brighter citrus in this one that it was showing through in the other one. A little tropical, little citrus, and it'd be nice to hear what kind of hops he did use in there. But yeah, it's again nice blend on the aroma, and that's what you want in here.
So pretty similar. Awesome.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
No, I think it's pretty
Not
good.
bad.
You cloned your own brew.
Well, thank goodness.
That's
some
tough to do.
repeatability, Yeah,
That's tough to do.
Well, it was the last one we had the bad thermometer, and on the first one we actually ended up mashing it like 144 degrees, and so it's super attenuated. And, it was a lot drier. This one actually has I don't know. To me, it has a little more body. It's and I brewed the first one in March, and you guys had it in May, and that would probably account for some of those oxidation issues. And so,
and JP abuses the hell out of these bottles,
he
too.
just shakes them in and leaves them in his car.
I open them and recap them several times.
Yeah, I don't think he did that to mine. I wasn't picking up any oxidation.
Oh, okay.
I spared you.
Mineral character, maybe, but yeah. Well, thank you.
I spared you.
It's just to make us disagree.
And you guys, on that ESB, you guys picked up the same exact mineral character, and it's just from that nasty City of Manteca water. It's just...
Yeah.
Peter's over there
the
nodding.
fly on the wall is nodding.
Peter's been telling me I need to build water.
Munoz fly.
You must build your water. I'll talk for Peter.
What hops did you change to the new one?
So the hop wise on the new one, the only thing I changed is you guys said that you weren't real happy on the ESB because I used just Cascade for bittering. And so basically, I just moved bittering.
Noob.
Yeah. I moved bittering just
rough.
to Magnum. And so the first one versus the second one, I think the hops are a little less rough. And so, and pretty much other than that, I just used a blend of Cascade and Citra basically at 10 minutes on, and that was it. I just used a ton for
10 minutes.
some aroma.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then I dry hopped with Cascade and Citra.
Yeah, the citrus coming through nicely. Yeah,
I really like Citra.
Yeah. No,
good.
that's a good job.
Excellent. Very cool, man. And Steve, Jesse, what do you think about this new beer?
Yeah, I definitely like the new one better than the old one. I kind of get a very double IPA taste out of it. I don't know.
Like body wise?
Yeah, like body wise.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And so, but I don't remember particularly even liking our last Pale Ale ESB mix anyway.
You loved it.
Yeah, well, I'm sure I did after I had 6 of them.
Yeah.
I was like,
You'll
this
love
is the
anything.
best beer ever.
It doesn't have to be good.
Yeah, right. But I think...
dude, that's a popsicle.
Yeah.
Well,
sucks.
30 years from now, if you order an American Pale Ale and it doesn't taste like a double IPA, they're going to send that shit back,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Style creep is just going nuts.
Oh, yeah, no. It's like we went to Oregon, tried all kinds of beers there, and it's like, oh, okay, this actually tastes pretty good, and everything else that we had there was really good. But yeah, we got new we got a new burner this time around for this one, and Daniel pretty much melted all the hair off his hand when he tried to test it out.
There you go.
So that was probably part of the smell, or maybe
sulfury smell.
Yeah,
That's
the burnt hair taste.
100,000 BTUs.
That was that Rauch character in
Yeah, yeah. Almost lost an eyebrow, but I really do enjoy this one, and the two before this one we brewed were really good too. So far.
We're getting better.
I feel like we are, but
no, you're doing a good job now. Yeah.
We can say whatever we want, though. Here's the best.
Yeah. We'll never know if
right.
you guys are doing great or not.
The kids really like it, so it's great.
Knocks them right out.
That's really what you need to be doing. You guys are doing. I think you guys are doing great. Okay, well then let's run down.
Who
are we going to start doing the? I forget. Did we decide not to do the beer rundowns anymore? Because we're kind of just
we talked about it.
Over it.
We just make people rewind and listen to the whole show again. Oh, this is the
Yeah,
point of the show
you
where
know we said rewind.
You rewind, listen to the whole show over again,
and remember it this time.
Well,
come
see,
back
that's
to this point.
That's the problem. Well, if we're not doing the rundown, then I guess it's time to give away prizes.
We do that, yeah.
Or
do we break first?
What's that?
Do we break first? Or we give away prizes?
No, we already took
We
our
broke.
second break. Yeah,
We're broken out.
We're broken. We're
Okay.
broke. We're
That
unfixable,
explains
dude.
it.
Yeah,
That's what's oozing.
we're broke.
Okay.
Hella broke. So the first prize
Sorry.
is the lowest score. Help you guys out.
So you gave them both 35s, didn't you? Lee?
Yeah, it's up to you, Brian.
So
Oh, there you go. Now this is for the $40 At Least Your Beer Will Look Good Grog Tag gift certificate.
I'm sorry.
Which
yeah.
all three of our guests, Daniel, Steve, and Jesse, won last time, apparently.
That's going to go to Jim this time because I scored his Helles better.
Okay,
all
there
my
we go.
fault.
Jim, congratulations, buddy.
Congrats.
You won a $40 gift certificate to grogtag.com. You can
And
check
what-
it out, make some labels. You have some cool labels on your, well, they're not cool labels. There's a round craft paper sticker. But, this way you can design your own labels over at grogtag.com.
So Jim had the high
Oh
score,
wait, no,
right?
no.
Jim was a
I
high
said it
score.
wrong. I thought
Brian.
I thought the grog tag was.
Brian had to leave unexpectedly.
I lied. Yeah. I
Okay,
like
so
the
let's
grog-
start over. Who
I
is the lowest score for the Grog Tag $40 At Least Your Beer Will Look Good gift certificate?
Even if we
See,
can't
I
figure
like-
it out.
I met the grog tag guy was here, and I chatted with them again at NHC, and they're really nice people. So I think
Brian, who won the lowest score
I think
for
that
the
should
Grog
be-
Tag $40 At Least Your Beer Will Look Good gift certificate?
it's Steve.
Steve!
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Double winners.
Yeah.
I still think that should be the top prize.
Repeat
I
offenders.
don't know.
That's right.
I haven't met the other people. Maybe if I meet them, I'll think that should be the top prize.
That's true. Well, then, as a result, Jim is the winner of the gift certificate pack to High Gravity Brew. You can go to highgravitybrew.com, and they supply fine winemaking and home brewing ingredients. And hopefully, you can pick up something nice for your homebrew setup out there, Jim.
The finest.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
think Brian needs a jump start. He needs just a power nap. He needs to power down like Baymax, just in the corner, kind of rest a little bit, and then kind of get refreshed.
You could split the ends off the phone charger and plug them in.
Let's try it.
Yes. What does Peter win, though?
You have nipples.
Do we have a prize for Peter?
Peter's prize is
How
just
do you know
being
that?
here, I think.
Just the most.
Just
Getting
being
to
here,
observe the lunacy in live action.
Yeah. What are you doing here, Peter? You want to get on the mic?
He gets an invisible silent record for being the most silent on the show.
Do you guys brew with Peter? You guys in the same brew club?
Yeah,
or?
Peter's helped us brew
Munoz
several
Fly?
times. Yeah,
Yeah.
and we're getting constantly better, because of him, and so
Yeah,
he's really pushing us to go to the next level.
Yeah, no joke. That he really has helped
Yeah.
us.
That's cool.
And Peter does some fun stuff. He brought us in a nice little peach sour that Lee got to taste, but I haven't
got to
tasted
taste it
yet.
either. I'll taste it in a
good.
second.
Pour that.
A
Okay.
presumptuous young sour.
Why won't you open the thing? There we go.
Open the thing.
Open the thing. All right. Well, then I guess we're out of here.
Okay.
All right. It's come to that.
Did I do all my things? Oh, but to promote other Brewing Network shows, you guys know we have other shows. I don't even know why I have to tell
There's
you
one
about
called The Session.
There's one called The Session. There's Brew Strong, Brewing with Style. I don't really know much about any of the shows except The Session, and even then, I don't really listen to it. I just sit and chat with everybody and then make a joke and then go home. So
Is there a show about brewing with food?
There was.
There once was.
There once was.
There is also a Sour Hour.
Sour Hour, yeah.
Sour Hour.
Yeah, never heard of it. Never heard of any of these shows, to be honest with you.
Milk that funk.
These are the notes that I'm given. Look, why don't here's your homework assignment. Listen to all the other shows and then email me back and tell me what they're about because I really don't know. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. It's been Dr. Homebrew, and it's also been real fun. And we'll catch you guys later. Bye.